Hello and welcome to It's Story Time, kids. Today we're going to read Albert's Tree by Jenni Desmond. Albert's Tree. Oop. Looks like winter, doesn't it? All grey. All grey and cold and animals hibernating. Oh. Albert's Tree by Jenni Desmond. Spring arrived and Albert woke from his long sleep. "Hooray!" he shouted as the snow was quietly turning to water and trickling down from the mountains. Albert raced to his favourite place, his tree. "Hello, tree!" shouted Albert. "I've missed you." His tree was perfect. Not too hard or too soft or too slippery or too prickly. It was his own special place, quiet and peaceful. But what was that noise? Albert's tree was crying. "Wah!" wailed the tree. "What's going on?" said Albert. "You don't normally make a noise." Sniff, sniff. "You smell the same." Bounce. "You feel the same. And you taste just the same, even upside down." "What are you doing, Albert?" said Rabbit. "Boing, boing, boing, boing." "Rabbit," said Albert, "my tree is crying. How can I cheer it up?" "Wah, wah, wah," wailed the tree. "When I'm sad, I dig lots of holes to play in," said Rabbit helpfully. "Maybe that will stop your tree crying." So Albert and Rabbit dug lots of holes. I didn't know trees cried. "We've dug you some holes to play in, tree," said Albert. But the tree just kept crying. "Wah, wah, wah," it wailed. Along came Caribou. "What are you doing, Albert?" he said. "What's that noise?" "My tree is crying. I'm trying to cheer it up," said Albert. "Well, when I'm sad, I eat grass," said Caribou. So Albert and Caribou gathered lots of grass. "We've brought you some grass, tree," said Albert. "Please cheer up." But the tree just kept wailing. "Wah, wah, wah." "Why is your tree crying, Squirrel?" said Squirrel. "Why is your tree crying, Albert?" said Squirrel. "I don't know," sighed Albert. The tree cried harder than ever. "Please don't cry," shouted Albert. "Wah, wah, wah," wailed the tree. "Too loud, my ears hurt. I'm off." "This noise is too much," said the others. "Wah, wah, wah, please stop it, tree," roared Albert. "Stop crying." But the louder he roared, the more the tree wailed. "Wah, wah, wah." Then Albert had one last idea. "Wah!" He took a deep breath and climbed quietly up to his favourite branch. He wrapped his thick, furry paws around the trunk, and gave the tree a huge, kind bear hug. He whispered in his tiniest voice, "Why are you crying, tree?" To Albert's surprise, his tree whispered back, Because I'm scared of the big hairy monster. What big hairy monster? Whispered Albert. Outside, over there, sobbed the tree, his tree. Don't worry, I'll get rid of it, said Albert bravely. Albert nervously looked high and low, outside and over there. There was no monster. There's only me here, said Albert. Oh, for you, sniffed the tree. I can come out then. Ah! Screamed a tiny feathered thing. You're the monster! Ah! Screamed Albert. You're the tree! I'm not a monster, said Albert. I'm Albert. And I'm not a tree, said Owl. I'm Owl. Albert and Owl laughed and laughed at their mistake. Ha ha ha. And both felt much better. Albert was glad his tree was back to normal. He and Owl played in it all afternoon. Whoa! Whoa! And as he watched Owl swooping from his favourite branch, Albert knew that Owl loved the tree as much as he did, which he secretly decided made his tree twice as perfect as it was before. The end. Look, they're sleeping on it together. Aww. And here he's going snore, snore, snore. And the mice are saying, I think that tree is snoring. It's all about perspective. Albert's Tree by Jenni Desmond. Aww. So perspective, I should probably explain that. When you perceive something, the word perceive means to see it, to experience it, and to understand it. Not necessarily see, sometimes hear, but your perception is your interpretation of the world around you. It's how you recognize and understand and therefore choose to interact with various different things. So it's all about perception. Albert perceived the tree as being the thing that was crying. The owl perceived Albert as being a big scary monster. Both of them were wrong because the tree wasn't crying. It was Owl inside the tree that was crying. And, you know, Albert was big, but he wasn't a scary monster. And so sometimes your perception of something isn't actually what that thing is after all. And when you take the chance to work out if your perception is right or wrong, then sometimes you can adjust how you feel about things, and sometimes that means they're not so scary after all. So Owl didn't need to be scared of Albert, and Albert, he didn't need to be so worried that his tree was unhappy, because his tree wasn't unhappy. And also, Albert was not scary. Okay, hopefully that explanation made sense. Albert's Tree by Jenni Desmond. Thank you for joining me, kids. And you all take care now. Bye.